guys, balik lagi ke seri 25 frasa, kali ini episode 6. Kali ini aku ada tamu spesial, Mr. D, yang bakal ikut aku ngejelasin kalian atau nyontohin kalian beberapa frasa yang akan didiskusi di episode ini. Sebelum kita mulai, make sure kamu ke Instagramnya Nailingua kalau misalnya kalian pengen tips-tips lebih, karena disitu aku sering upload. And without further ado, kita langsung aja ke videonya. Nomor 1, it is what it is. Nah, frasa ini biasanya dipakai buat menggambarkan suatu hal atau suatu situasi yang nggak ideal, yang kurang ideal, tapi ya mau gimana lagi, nggak bisa di gimana-gimanain lagi, jadi pasrah aja gitu. Ya udahlah, it is what it is. Kayak ya udah emang kayak gitu, gimana lagi gitu. So I posted an announcement on my Instagram saying that I'll have a meetup on Bundaran HI, and nobody showed up.
Nobody?
Nobody showed up.
Happened to me too once. Nobody showed up. Must be embarrassing, huh?
Ah, it is what it is. Gue posting di Instagram gue, bilang ada meetup di Bundaran HI, nggak ada yang muncul.
Iya, itu juga pernah terjadi sama saya. Tapi itu pasti sedikit memalukan ya.
Ya, mau gimana lagi? Emang kayak gitu.
Bagaimana lagi?
Nomor 2, if I were you. Ini nih apa ya, kalau bisa diterjemahin secara harafiah tuh artinya kalau gue jadi elu, dan ini biasanya dipakai di situasi dimana kamu itu akan memberi sebuah saran ke teman kamu. If I were you, I would run every day. If I were you, I would blah blah blah. If I were you, I would totally check out Naila's online course English Polyglot to learn a new way to learn English by yourself. Kalau gue jadi lo, gue pasti bakal ngecek Naila's online course English Polyglot buat belajar gimana cara belajar bahasa Inggris yang baru. If I were you, I would read books every day. Kalau gue jadi lo, gue pasti bakal baca tiap hari. Nomor 3, in all seriousness. In all seriousness itu adalah frasa yang digunakan saat kamu tuh pengen menekankan bahwa suatu fakta atau suatu pernyataan itu tuh bukan bercandaan gitu, tapi beneran serius, kayak tapi seriusan deh. But in all seriousness though, your hair does look terrible, and if you want to go on a date with her, you might want to put some more gel here, and like, there. And I would say a little bit over here too. Tapi seriusan, rambut lu tuh jelek. Lu kalau misalnya mau jalan sama dia, lu mendingan pakai gel. Disini ditulin dulu tuh, bagian jambul lu. Nomor 4, cross the line. Ini maksudnya dibilang kalau misalnya sesuatu yang dilakukan itu udah kelewat batas. Alright. So I got into a fight with my boyfriend, and things got ugly. I shouted at him, I screamed at his face. Do you think I crossed the line?
No, cross the line. You didn't cross far enough. You should have cursed at him. You should have poked at his insecurities. You should have poked at the past mistakes that he's made. Thrown tomatoes at him. You didn't do enough.
That would have been way beyond the line. Nomor 5, in hindsight. Ini biasanya dipakai saat kamu tuh pengen menceritakan atau menganalisa suatu hal yang udah terjadi di masa lalu. Jadi kalau misalnya bahasa Indonesia tuh kayak, dipikir-pikir dulu tuh, bla 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 gitu. Kalau misalnya lihat-lihat, kalau misalnya dulu tuh gimana ya gitu. Ini jadi kayak menganalisa atau mengerti kejadian yang di masa lalu. In hindsight, I wish I had taken that last slice of pizza. Damn it. Dipikir-pikir lagi, tahu gitu gue tadi ambil pizza yang terakhir deh. Ah, sialan. Nomor 6, but that's just me. That's just me ini dipakai kalau misalnya kamu itu tuh mengatakan suatu opini, tapi ini cuman opini kamu doang gitu. Ini bukan berarti sebuah fakta general, tapi sesuatu yang hanya kamu pikirin gitu. Misalnya kamu lagi menjelaskan suatu opini, tapi terakhir-terakhir kamu bilang, but that's just me. Tapi itu gue aja ya, gitu. No, seriously. I'm taking this online course called English Polyglot, and I swear it's a lot better than other courses that I've taken. But hey, that's just me. Serius, ini gue lagi ngambil kelas namanya English Polyglot, dan ini lebih baik daripada kelas-kelas lain yang gue pernah ngambil. Beneran deh. Tapi itu gue doang sih. Promo. Nomor 7, inside out. Ini basically artinya kebalik. Tapi kebalik dalam kasus dimana kalau misalnya memakai sesuatu itu, sisi yang harusnya di dalam malah keluar. Jadi tulisnya inside out. Nggak cuma baju doang misalnya, tapi juga sarung bantal bisa dipakai inside out. Kalau misalnya yang harusnya di sisinya di dalam, dipakainya di luar. Jadi bilang inside out. Dennis, your tag is showing. Are you wearing it inside out?
No. What's that?
You look so stupid.
This isn't the tag though. Right?
It's inside out.
You know how some shirts have the thingy you can hang it on the outside?
Okay.
That's probably what it is.
Okay.
I don't think it's the tag.
Dennis, pakai baju kebalik ya? Itu kebalik.
Kenapa?
Pakainya kebalik. Nomor 8, out the window. Ini biasanya dipakai kalau misalnya menjelaskan suatu plan yang udah direncanakan sebelumnya, itu udah nggak jadi lagi, udah nggak eksis lagi plannya.
I had plans to travel around the world in 2020. Thought it was gonna be my year. It's out the window now.
I had plans to go to so many concerts this year. That's out the window. Like the chicken.
Like the chicken.
Nomor 9, just another day. Ini artinya ya hari biasa, ya gitu aja gitu. Just another day in New York City, just another day in Jakarta, just another day at school, just another day in the classroom.
And since then, the more surgeries I watch, the more I realize this is how it is. In some weird way, it's just another day at the office.
Glad to get him back in the water. I don't know, he may not ever get caught again, but who knows?
Just another day, another big fish for a guy who has a record.
Nomor 10, same old. Ini artinya ya gitu-gitu aja. Ini saya dipakai kalau misalnya ada teman kamu yang nanyain gimana kehidupan lo di sana. Ya gitu-gitu aja. Ya same old. Jadi kayak nggak ada yang baru gitu. Gitu-gitu aja.
So, how's work?
You know, same old. Nothing special.
Jadi gimana kerjaan hari ini?
Ya gitu-gitu aja. Nggak ada yang baru. Bosenin. 11, don't even think about it. Itu artinya apa ya? Untuk menekankan bahwa satu hal itu sangat dilarang untuk dilakukan. Jadi kayak jangan coba-coba gitu. Yeah, and I was in the car, right? And he kept on telling me, you know, I told him I didn't like that he gamed a lot. But then he never listened to me. What is up with men? Don't even think about it. Men. Not that I know of. Not that I know of itu maksudnya kayak setahu gue sih enggak. Nah, ini adalah sebuah jawaban saat seseorang itu nanya ke kamu bahwa suatu hal itu benar atau enggak. Dan menurut kamu jawabannya itu enggak, tapi kamu nggak bisa mastiin bahwa jawaban kamu itu tuh seluruh faktanya gitu. Misalnya bilang, tadi ada tamu nggak sih yang datang? Terus kamu bilang, not that I know of. Setahu gue sih enggak gitu. Tapi mungkin aja ada tamu yang datang tapi kamu nggak tahu gitu. Jadi bilangnya not that I know of. So Dennis, how's COVID in Indonesia? I heard it's pretty bad.
There's a lot of cases.
Have you ever had it?
Not that I know of. I mean, I haven't been sick, but there's that like asymptomatic things. So.
Right. COVID gimana di Indonesia? Katanya parah banget kan ya?
Banyak kasus.
Lu udah pernah kena?
Tahu aku nggak pernah, tapi ada itu orang tanpa gejala ya. Something.
Okay.
So enggak.
Nomor 13, to think something through. Ini artinya kamu itu mempertimbangkan suatu hal dengan cermat dengan konsekuensi-konsekuensinya yang akan datang. Jadi harus pikir-pikir dulu. Kayak semacam berpikir panjang gitu. You have to think it through. Kayak lo harus pikir-pikirin dulu. Jangan mengambil desisi yang cepat gitu.
The salt shaker is off limits, but the salt... I wish I'd thought this through.
I think I get what you mean now.
Life is short, and that's a whole year you're talking about giving up. Think it through.
Some people think it through and decide that the coffee is actually really important to them and they'd rather save the money elsewhere.
Let's sit down, let's talk this over, let's reason this out. Let's think it through.
That's a good one. Ini bisa dipakai di beberapa hal, tapi yang paling common itu biasanya saat seseorang ngasih suatu joke, terus joke-nya tuh bagus banget atau pinter atau keren banget, terus kamu bilang, oh that's a good one. Oh hey, I'm writing a script for my next videos. Could you help me with some jokes?
What about this?
Try. What? That's a good one.
Fart.
Dennis, gue lagi nulis skrip buat video minggu depan. Bantuin gue dong, kasih joke yang lucu gitu.
Kayak gini gimana? Kentut.
Keren. Nomor 15, don't take it personally. Ini dikatakan untuk menyuruh orang untuk nggak diambil ke hati atau jangan tersinggung tentang sesuatu yang dikatakan ke dia gitu. Misalnya, don't take his insults personally. Lo nggak usah ambil hati singgungannya dia tuh emang orangnya kayak gitu, jangan dibawa ke hati gitu. Don't take it personally gitu. My boyfriend hasn't been texting me. Like, do you think he's losing interest in me? Do you think he's mad at me? Is it something I said yesterday?
You shouldn't take these things personal. Okay? He doesn't have to think about you at every second. Right?
That's the problem. I want him to be thinking of me every single second of his day. Bro, cowok gue tuh gak balas-balas dari kemarin. Tuh dia marah ya sama gue.
Jangan diambil hati, mungkin dia sibuk.
Nomor 16, can't complain. Can't complain ini di bahasa Indonesia ini tuh sebenarnya kurang ada, tapi ini dipakai di situasi dimana misalnya ada teman kamu yang nanya ke kamu, gimana sekolahnya, gimana kuliahnya, gimana nikahan, gimana kerjaannya gitu. Terus kamu bilang can't complain, itu maksudnya hal-hal yang ditanyain itu berjalan oke-oke aja dan kamu nggak ada keluhan gitu. Nggak ada keluhan sih, oke-oke aja gitu. Mungkin semacam oke-oke aja. Can't complain. Nggak ada keluhan gitu.
How's your online course going?
Can't complain. 17. In this day and age. Ini artinya hari begini. Ini dipakai untuk menjelaskan sesuatu hal yang terjadi di masa kini gitu ya. This day and age. Zaman gini, di hari gini, masa nggak punya internet gitu. In this day and age, how can somebody not have an internet connection at home?
How do you not have any Wi-Fi in this day and age?
I want to disconnect for just a whole month. No technology, no internet.
Okay, and how's that going for you?
Great! I should be ready to kill myself any day now out of boredom.
Kok hari gini gak ada Wi-Fi?
Iya, gue tuh pengen coba disconnect buat sebulan penuh. Nggak ada internet, nggak ada teknologi.
Terus gimana?
Bosen parah, jir. 18. Any day now. Ini artinya sebentar lagi. It's gonna happen any day now. I'm gonna hear back from them any day now. Ini gue bakal dapat kabar bentar lagi kok pasti.
You've been waiting for his call for days, huh?
He's gonna call. He said he's gonna call, so he's definitely gonna call me any day now. Seriously.
Gotcha.
Nomor 19 itulah in-depth. In-depth, ini agak susah sih. Kalau misalnya kamu ini melakukan sesuatu secara in-depth, itu maksudnya kamu itu melakukan sesuatu dengan cara saksama. Kayak kamu benar-benar mempelajari secara dalam. Kamu itu mempelajari sesuatu secara komprehensif, secara menyeluruh, pokoknya mendalami banget. If you enjoyed this video and you want to learn more about it, you can go on to nailafarhana.com/course because there, in my online course, I discuss it in depth about how you can actually learn English by yourself from zero. Kalau misalnya kalian suka video ini dan pengen cari tahu lebih, kalian bisa ke nailafarhana.com/course karena di online course itu, aku menjelaskan lebih dalam gimana kamu bisa belajar bahasa Inggris sendiri dari nol. 20. I've had it. Ini artinya, udah deh, gue udah muak, gue udah enek. Kayak, I've had it. I've had it with all this. I've had it with whatever.
I've had it with this disinfectant. I've had it with the masks. I've had it with the social distancing. I've just had it with Corona.
What else can you do about it?
You're right. Sumpah, gue udah muak banget dengan disinfektan, masker, social distancing.
Ya mau gimana lagi? 21. I don't believe in. Jadi I don't believe in itu bisa beberapa artinya. Jadi satu bisa dipakai saat kamu tuh bilang bahwa kamu itu nggak percaya tentang sesuatu. Menurut kamu ini nih nggak eksis gitu. Misalnya kayak I don't believe in ghosts. Gue nggak percaya hantu. Menurut gue tuh mereka nggak eksis gitu.
I don't believe in ghosts.
I don't believe in astrology.
I don't believe in conspiracy theories.
I don't believe in miracles. Nah, pemakaian yang kedua itu, ini agak beda. Ini jadi, misalnya ini dipakai saat kamu itu pengen menjelaskan bahwa suatu cara, suatu konsep, suatu ide itu adalah suatu hal yang kamu kurang setuju gitu. Bukan berarti suatu hal ini itu nggak nyata, suatu hal ini fiksi, tapi adalah sesuatu yang kamu kurang setuju. Contoh begini.
You know, I don't believe in marriage. It's just an excuse for businesses to make money off of your love.
I think it's a beautiful way to declare your love to the entire world.
It's bullshit.
You're bullshit.
It's stupid.
You're stupid.
It's garbage.
You're garbage.
It's ridiculous.
You're ridiculous.
Are you just gonna say the same thing I say?
Yeah, I am. Nah, di contoh tadi, Mr. D bilang I don't believe in marriage. Itu maksudnya marriage itu emang ada, tapi personally Mr. D bilang gue nggak suka konsep nikah gitu. Kayak I don't believe in marriage. Dan dia nggak pengen menikah. Tapi nggak tahu ya, ini cuma contoh doang. Aku nggak tahu kalau misalnya Mr. D itu believe in marriage atau enggak. Kamu tag atau mention aja dia di komen atau di Instagram buat nanya. We'll see. Nomor 22, something like that. Ini digunakan untuk menjelaskan suatu hal dengan cara yang nggak spesifik. Bahasa Indonesia itu kayak, ya atau apalah, ya semacam gitulah, apalah gitu. Ya, Naila does YouTube now or some online social media thing, something like that gitu. Kayak nggak tahu apa spesifiknya, pokoknya gitulah. So how's Risky?
You also know Risky?
Yeah.
I talk about Risky all the time.
How's he doing?
He's good. He's working now in like a bank or financial, something like that.
Nomor 23, the next best thing. Ini artinya tuh kayak juara dua gitu. Ini adalah sesuatu yang paling baik jika kamu itu nggak mendapat pilihan kamu yang pertama. Jadi yang pilihan kamu pertama itu adalah the best thing, dan pilihan kamu kedua the next best thing. You know what? I've always wanted to be on television, but I end up on radio and stuff, which is okay. You know, it's like the next best thing.
That's because you have a face for radio.
Excuse you?
Means you're ugly.
Nomor 24, to pencil it in. Pencil something in. Ini maksudnya tuh kamu ingin planning sesuatu, tapi karena masih belum pasti, kamu pencil in aja gitu. Jadi ibaratnya tuh kayak kamu lagi menulis sesuatu, tapi karena kamu belum terlalu pasti, kamu pakainya pensil supaya bisa dihapus. You know what? I'll pencil you in. Dennis, are you coming to my dinner party on Saturday or not? I'm planning everything now.
Well, you know, it's that day I've got a thing to do, so I'm not quite sure what time. I think possibly,
Okay, I'll pencil you in then. Pat yourself in the back. Pat someone in the back. Ini dipakai saat kamu itu mau bilang seseorang bahwa dia itu harus bangga akan suatu hal. Kayak, you have to pat yourself in the back for that. Lo harus bangga sama diri sendiri. Kayak, patting yourself in the back itu maksudnya literally menepuk punggung. Karena ya biasanya kalau misalnya menepuk punggung itu kan suatu cara untuk mengekspresikan kebanggaan gitu. Jadi kalau misalnya bilang, you have to pat yourself in the back for that. I'll pat you in the back. Pat yourself in the back itu bisa dipakai kayak lo harus bangga sama diri lo sendiri.
You know, Naila, you created an online course all by yourself. You should pat yourself on the back for that.
Thank you. I think I will. You wrote a book. You pat yourself on the back for that.
I think I will.
I would pat you on the back, but you know, it's COVID. And... I guess I'd have to do it, right? Itu aja guys episode 25 frasa kali ini. Mudah-mudahan kalian suka dan kita akan ketemu lagi minggu depan. Thank you for tuning in and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.